the Israelis acquired 72 of the new planes. Only the best fighter pilots were assigned to Mirages.
The Mirage was very powerful. It was simple, it was clear to me, it was in full control, it was joyful. It was excellent.
Armed originally with only radar-guided missiles, the Israelis insisted on cannon. Their air combat doctrine called for getting in close and using a gun.
They would put the pipper on the adversary and they would keep it there for 3 seconds or 2 seconds that was required to do air-to-air gun kill. And they trained and they trained and they trained and they got very good at it.
The Mirage 3 is faster and has a better rate of climb. But the slower MiG-17 can turn tighter at low altitudes and can absorb punishment. Rome has just exploited the Mirage's blistering speed to score his 4th kill. But there's one more MiG-17.
And I fly very low and I try to locate him above the horizon, so I'm flying like about 700 knots and very low. And then I saw him and I was just behind him.
Focused intently on his prey, Rome disregards the calls from his flight leader.
They tell me to stop and to come back on. I say, I'm going to do it in a moment. And the MiG-17 brakes all of a sudden.
The MiG pilot pulls to 5,000 feet.
Now it's like 6 p.m. And everyone at the Suez Canal is looking at us and shooting at us. So there is like a pool of AAA. And there is a MiG-17, and there is myself.
The Egyptian MiG begins to make sharp turns back and forth. He's trying to lure Rome into a turning fight where the MiG-17 excels.
Big mistake to do it with MiG-17 when you fly Mirage, because the MiG-17 flies slower than Mirage. You are doomed. What you should do is to let him fight for his life here while you take advantage of your extra energy and power.
He initiates a series of high and low yo-yos. While the MiG turns horizontally, Rome uses his speed advantage to maneuver vertically, up and down, to position for a shot.
So it was like 5 or 6 times where I couldn't really put my gun sight within the very steep rate of turn that he had. Every time I went up and he turned and I came down, it was like some dance over the Suez Canal, because here you have a MiG-17, probably with a nice guy driving it, and me.
Finally, he gets an opening. The pipper is on the target. 2 seconds is all he needs. It's number 5 for Lieutenant Giora Rome. The brash 21-year-old is now Israel's first jet ace. But in the hostile skies above the Sinai Peninsula, there are other aircraft that threaten the Israelis. A long-distance bombing strike will find Ron Ronan, a distinguished IAF leader and ace pilot, facing MiG-19s in one of the most famous encounters of the Six-Day War. June 5th, 1967. 119 Squadron CO Ron Ronan is leading a formation of Mirages to a distant target over 600 miles away. Gardaka, an Egyptian airfield near the Red Sea, south of the Sinai Peninsula. Ronan's mission is to put the runways out of action with specially developed cratering bombs.
We have 8 bombs. Each bomb is 500 kilos with a fuses of, it's called 712, which means the bomb got in and then explode. This because this may make a big crater.
Over the Red Sea, the formation drops to low level to keep the element of surprise. Navigating by compass, elapsed time, and airspeed, they approach the target area. Approaching the target, they'll pull up to 5,000 feet, roll over, and start their bomb run. 540 knots, 900 feet per second. One minute to pull. Ronan orders switches on. Final cockpit check. 5 seconds to pull. Ready, ready, pull. Stick back, nose up 50 degrees, full afterburner. The altimeter spins clockwise to 4,000 feet. Suddenly, out of the right side of the canopy, Gardaka appears. So does the AAA.
The moment I pulled, they started shooting. It was unbelievable.
The Mirages roll in. The pilots swallow their fear and concentrate on the bomb run. The bombs impact precisely, rendering the runway useless. The Mirages press the attack, crisscrossing the field. Then, number 3, the second most experienced pilot in the flight, calls bingo fuel, his limit to return safely home. Ronan must continue the bombing mission with only 3 Mirages. Ronan leads 2 and 4, who are new pilots, on another strafing pass. Suddenly, 4 shouts in near panic for Ronan to take evasive action.
Then I heard number 4 say, "One break, somebody behind you." I look around and saw MiG-19 very close to me. If you see an airplane firing on you, it's okay because the bullets cross you behind you. When you see his bottom here, and if I go here, a big problem.
The MiG is pulling hard, trying to get his nose pointed in front of Ronan's Mirage to lead him with gunfire. Ronan must force the MiG to overshoot. He will pitch his nose up, then roll over the top and let the MiG pass beneath him. Then he'll descend right on the MiG's tail.